I'd like to introduce Jeremy and Natalie Busch to come up and talk a little bit about Ohio Valley Voices. Thank you.
Well, I think it's evident what a godsend this school is to the families that have deaf children, and just as we've witnessed today, these amazing kids, the potential they have. Wouldn't you agree? You know, having a deaf child isn't something that you plan. It's not on the list of things that you want to see. For Natalie and I, it was kind of like a punch in the gut. And but you know, after that reality had set in and we began to look for options, we found OVV. And in this place, we found so much love, so much support, so much encouragement, and most of all, so much assurance that, you know, our daughter was going to be able to have a great life. And, you know, this place has been such a beacon of hope for us. So we're so thankful to all the leadership, Maria, to you, to the teachers, staff, and the volunteers. They've all been so great. And we just see such a bright future for our daughter. So I don't know if you guys have heard, like, there's statistics that talk about, like, how many words men, you know, use in a day compared to women. I'm confident, after standing here in front of you, I've met my quota. My wife probably hasn't, but I'm going to let her have a shot at it.
Okay, well then. Our daughter Sedona's story is unique because she was born at home, so she didn't have the newborn hearing screening that you would get at the hospital. Actually, for the first 2 years of her life, we didn't know that she was deaf. Nobody did. She adapted extremely well, other than speech, obviously, which is why her pediatrician referred us to an ENT, who referred us to an audiologist, who did an ABR, and eventually she was diagnosed with profound hearing loss. She was almost 3 years old when she got her first cochlear implant, and even then, she didn't respond when we said her name, and she still had yet to say a single word. Thankfully, someone told us about Ohio Valley Voices, and we came up to take a tour. And when we were here, we both immediately knew that this is where Sedona needed to be. Except for we lived in Kentucky at the time, and we had no other reason to move to Ohio. We had no connections here, no job, nowhere to live. But what we did have was this little bit of hope that if this school was what it seemed to be, if it could help our daughter, then it would all be worth it. So we went for it. We moved our large and growing family into a tiny 2-bedroom apartment in Milford, Ohio, back in 2013. And since Sedona started going here, we watched her flourish. It's a transformation like I have never seen before. And now we're here at her graduation. And looking back, we can say that without a doubt, it was all completely worth it. And you heard some of these kids talk about the long drive that it takes. But their parents and their families and the kids do it because Ohio Valley Voices is worth it, without a doubt. And you know, I say that our story is unique, but the truth is every child that comes here has a story that's unique. And each path is going to look a little different, which is something that I've had to learn as I go. You can't compare your child to other children. Not with hearing kids, not with siblings, not even with deaf classmates. Because whether they're saying their first approximation of a word or they're up here graduating, every achievement is worth celebrating. That's what I love about Ohio Valley Voices. They go above and beyond. I seriously could tell you countless stories of what they do to help each one of their students. Because I've watched from the sidelines for the past 5.5 years as they show up day after day after day for these kids. And not just for speech therapy, even though they are awesome at it, but they're there to comfort them when they fall down. They're there to laugh at their jokes, which can be really cheesy. They sing songs, they braid hair, they wipe noses, they cheer them on. They celebrate their birthdays, they celebrate implant activation days, and even heart transplant anniversary days. Because they value each one of their students, and they do their job with their whole heart. And it's because they lead and serve and teach out of a place of love. It has made what was the most challenging thing that we've ever had to walk through and turned it into something truly beautiful. So I want to say thank you on behalf of all the parents here, to Ohio Valley Voices, to Maria and the teachers and the staff and those who volunteer and those who give in any way. Thank you for your investment and your commitment to helping each of our kids reach their full potential.